Alright, I apologize in advance if I start screaming and swearing a lot in this review, but Ultima 8 fucking blows! It's one of the most rushed, poorly designed abominations of a so-called RPG to ever blight the planet. The ruination of what was once a great gaming franchise. You know, I don't think I've ever been as disappointed in a sequel as I was with this piece of shit with okay, now that's not fair. God damn it. I meant the most disappointing game sequel of all time with okay, fine. But this game was still god-awful, and I mean unbelievably bad. Rushed out by Electronic Arts in about 3 months, less than half completed, with almost all of its storyline and game functionality slashed and burned to meet a deadline. The result of all this is a sluggish, virtually non-existent storyline combined with almost completely crippled, useless fucking gameplay and numerous game-breaker bugs. For instance, several maps are incomplete. Several quests are incomplete. Conversations with important characters are incomplete. And there's a romance subplot that's also incomplete. And of course, the platforming. Oh god! The platforming. Basically, the way the game was shipped, it was unplayable. But I'll get to that in a minute. Do you have any idea the questions I had to answer when I saw this game in the store? Well, hey Mom, look! It's the new Ultima game! You know, it's like those role-playing games I play all the time? No, Mom. Role-playing games are not satanic. How many times do I have to— Whoa! I know it looks bad, what with the, you know, the demonic pentagram and the hellish flames covering the entire box, but you play a good guy. I'm the Avatar, you know, with the compassion and goodness and virtue and justice and performing blood sacrifices to summon the devil from hell so I can absorb his demonic powers, plunging the world into a fiery cataclysm. And Mom, where are you going? Mom! Wait, you can't leave me in here like this! Mom, it's just a game! I'm not a Satanist! I'm not a Satanist, I swear! Mom! Mom!
Well, Avatar. You have managed to thwart me once again.
Alright, so after you save all of Britannia by restoring the cosmic serpents of balance, order, and chaos to their rightful place in the Ethereal Plane, the Guardian takes this opportunity, since you're sort of cosmically adrift, and abducts you.
We do have a score to settle.
Can't help you, Avatar. Sorry, we're really busy, but good luck with that.
You have been a thorn in my side for far too long, Avatar.
He tells you he's exiling you to a world he's already conquered into his dominion called Pagan, where there's no hope of escape and nobody's even heard of the Avatar.
I banish you to the world of Pagan. No one here knows of the Avatar.
Yeah, that's new. Nobody's heard of me. You know what? I'm still not over this. This fucking Peckerwood still pisses me off. How do you not know the goddamn Avatar? I ask. I mean, really. So the Guardian drops your ass in the ocean and promises to keep you updated as he conquers Britannia now that you're out of the way. Although all that really means is he repeats the same 3 or 4 lines through the entire game about how Britannia's burning. It's tedious.
At this very moment, Britannia burns. At this very moment, Britannia burns. Hark, is that the sweet song of lamentation I hear? At this very moment, Britannia burns. Hark, is that the sweet song of lamentation I hear?
Anyway, some fisherman named Devin hauls you out of the water in his net, and, you know, already I got big problems with this game. Just look at the Avatar. I mean, what happened? He's dressed like a fucking clown all of a sudden with some retarded bucket on his head. He doesn't look anything like he did at the end of Serpent Isle at all, and when you open your inventory, everything's gone. I mean, everything? Every single thing he had. The magic armor, the rings, the earrings, all that stuff that was literally belted on him, all the super magic serpent artifacts that made me unto a god, and now they're just gone. So I start thinking, well, maybe he was sinking in the water and he took all of it off to keep from drowning, right? But no! Look at this! He looks this way when the Guardian dumps his ass on Pagan. So what, did the Guardian like take his big fucking hand and completely undress the Avatar all by himself and then throw him this completely ridiculous set of clothes? Like,
Good luck on Pagan dressed like this, shithead. Oh, man. Oh, you look like such an asshole. Woo.
You don't even get to pick your character's gender or appearance anymore. You're just stuck with this blonde doofus dude. But it's just as well, because your character spends this entire time as this blank slate with a bucket on his head. Because there's no role-playing here. You don't have any choices or moral imperative anymore, and there's basically no story to speak of. Well, alright, you want to know what the story is? You wash up on shore, and Devin tells you to go talk to a sage about how to get off Pagan.
Well done, mortal. The item of Blackrock which you now possess is the first key to unlocking tremendous power within yourself.
Oh yeah, the $25 I spent on that Ultima speech pack? Money well spent. The sage tells you the only way off is to kill the 4 titans of the elements who rule Pagan and absorb their powers to become a titan yourself. Basically a god of all 4 elements.
Beyond earth, water, air, and fire, there is another element. A 5th element.
The 5th element? No!
Lilu Dallas Multipass.
And that's seriously it. You go to a rock level, a fire level, a water level, and a wind level. You get an artifact in each one that allows you to kill the titan, and then you build the Blackrock Gate and win. And, you know, while that might sound interesting, like, oh, we're exploring cool, weird alien environments, yeah, believe me, it's not. Because every goddamn level looks the exact fucking same. Dark, gray, monochrome caves. Everywhere you go, it's a gray cave. Or a gray tunnel, gray caves, gray halls. Every fucking thing in this game is gray. Half the time, I doubt you'd even be able to tell if you're indoors or outdoors. I mean, can you guess what element this place is? It's fire. Yeah, obviously, right? What about this one? Can you guess? Wind. It's just also featureless and gray and boring and gray, and there's no landmarks or points of reference, and everywhere looks the same no matter where you are. And it doesn't help that 90% of the fucking enemies in this game are zombies and ghosts no matter where you go. There's nothing that distinguishes one place from another in this fucking game because there's nothing but gray and zombies. Oh, well, okay, sorry, I forgot about the mushrooms. Pagan is full of giant fucking mushrooms. I guess because there's never any sunlight on Pagan or something, although there are trees as well, so hell if I know. This place should be called the Mushroom Kingdom instead of Pagan. I think all the mushrooms are mainly so they can justify having these frigging fucking red mushrooms everywhere, which explode in a fireball whenever you step on them. Because, you know, in a game with awful, barely working controls, why not fill your dungeons with lethal mushroom minefields? You will jump into these fucking things so many goddamn times, and trying to avoid them would be bullshit even if the controls weren't absolute garbage, which they are. Oh, but that's not even close to being the worst of it. You know what blows you up even more than the fucking mushrooms? The treasure chests. Every shit-sucking treasure chest in this game is apparently trapped with a fucking hand grenade or something, because every fucking one of them explodes and fucking kills you whenever you fucking open one. I mean, who does this? The guards in the city trap their own chests with bombs? Okay, I'll give you that one, but I could go to a farmer's house, and apparently he traps his chest with a fucking claymore too. Do they just sell exploding fucking treasure chests at the general store and everyone's got one? Wouldn't you want one that doesn't burn your fucking house down when it goes off? Oh, but get a load of this. Even if you've got the mother-humping key, the chest still explodes. What kind of sense does that make? I mean, this blows my mind. How is anyone supposed to open these fucking things? Fuck! You know, it'd really be great if this game allowed you to, I don't know, create a character that might have the ability to disarm traps on his own. Just like, what game? Every other Ultima game before this? Like, imagine if this happened in The Legend of Zelda, where every fucking chest just detonated when you touched them. Like, even the one in your house, just BAM! Fuck you! And when you're playing Ultima 8, you don't know that every single chest explodes. You keep thinking, like, you're just unlucky, or, like, they can't all be trapped, right? and by the way, having a maxed out dexterity, doesn't matter. The only way to get into a chest safely is to cast a destroy trap spell from a scroll. And even that makes the chest explode. But you know what the sickest thing is? The sickest thing of all this? There's almost never anything good in any of the chests. The reward is never worth the risk. All the best shit in this game is either lying right out in the open or on dead bodies. But we gotta do it, right? You gotta open treasure chests. We're like hardwired to get loot. And also, you need to do it anyway because you need all the coins you can get because all the fucking magic spells in this game cost an arm and a leg. So you gotta rob everybody in this game blind to get it. Oh, and if anyone ever sees you stealing or even moving something that doesn't belong to you, this asshole appears and makes you explode. Explode like fucking Looney Tunes? I mean, Jesus Christ. He blows your ass up for the most minor offenses. It's fucking nuts. Oh, but apparently I can go murdering city guards with absolutely no repercussions. Figure that one out. But I suppose I'm getting ahead of myself. I've got to go back to the beach. The gray beach where you start, because I have to explain how not Ultima this game is. For instance, there's no character portraits of any kind anymore. All the dialogue is in this weird, blocky digital font, which just doesn't belong. Also, we don't have companions anymore, which I suppose I get because we're in a new world and nobody knows us, but it's just out of place considering we haven't gone alone since Ultima 2. You just can't interact with the world nearly as much as you could in Ultima 7. Remember when you could bake bread and forge swords if you really wanted to? Well, that's out. The weapons and armor are also far more limited. We only have one-handed weapons. There's no polearms, no ranged weapons of any kind, no bows, no guns, unless you count Molotov cocktails and some things you find called death discs, which are so inconvenient you'll never use them anyway. There's no lockpicks, and for a game that essentially requires you to steal from everybody, you'd think that would be a given. And the game is so easily exploited to max out your stats, it's hilarious. Hell, the strategy guide flat out tells you to do it. Not that you really need a strategy guide to figure this stuff out. I did in about 2 minutes. Just draw your weapon and left click to swing, and keep on left clicking for a half an hour. For extra fun, just beat the shit out of Devon for a while. See, he's a plot critical NPC, so he never dies, and he never even fights back. He never even really gets mad, because your strength and dex go up as long as you're attacking something, and it doesn't matter what it is, even if you're attacking nothing at all. I can max out my whole character within 30 minutes of booting up. And you want to max out intelligence? Just cast a spell over and over again, and when you're out of mana, rest for an hour, and then keep casting it until you're maxed out, which will take about 10 minutes. Game's broken. Well, at least you'd think so, right? Check this out. Even with a maxed out strength of 25, look at how long it takes to drop one zombie. Can you believe that? And I have a magic weapon equipped. Imagine if I didn't max out my stats, how long that'd take. Common city guards? Forget about that. 20, maybe 30 hits. It's just unbelievable. And I didn't even mention the one repetitive overhead smash attack you have. It just looks stupid. The avatar belts a fucker over the head over and over like Homie D. Clown.
This is for you, and that's for your dumbass daddy.
There's just no complexity or strategy to the combat in this game at all. It's just walking up to dudes and click until they die. Just clicking over and over again. I'd call it similar to Diablo, but that'd be an insult because there's actual maneuvering and tactics in Diablo. I kind of feel bad about complaining about the combat in Ultima 7 now. I mean, sure, it was pretty uninvolving, but at least there was still strategy in preparing for combat. There was party management there, it wasn't just clicking. Although, if you don't really feel like fighting, most of the time you can just run away and they don't even bother to chase you. After all, almost all the enemies in this game are zombies. They're not gonna catch you. Alright, well, I've been kind of dancing around the issue because I didn't want to start off this review by going completely apeshit, but here's the thing, I originally bought Ultima 8 on floppy disk, not this. And if you have no idea what in the hell floppy disks are, you probably weren't even alive back when we used them, but back in the dark ages, before the internets, people used to store data on things that looked like this. You could cram upwards of 1.44 megabytes up on this sweet baby. This was still around the time we were figuring out lasers and optical media. Anyway, the floppy disk version kinda had a little, problem? The problem being it was kinda, sorta, completely, absolutely fucking unplayable. I mean, hopelessly broken on a fundamental design level. And it's because Ultima 8 has the absolute worst jumping controls I've ever seen. Yes, I repeat, jumping. For some insane, bewildering reason, they decided to make platforming a major focus of their new dark, adult-oriented role-playing game. Who in the hell thought Ultima needed this? You know, I've reviewed a shitload of Ultima games, but I don't think I ever complained, you know what this game really needed? Platforming over instant death pits, and lots of it.